Hi YouTube friends, it's Anna. Today I'm talking about what I think about ENTPs as an INFJ, because I am an INFJ. And already in previous videos I gave my opinion about other types like the INFP, the ENFP, and the ESTJ and the ENFJ. And today our next type is the ENTP, which is also a type that I have plenty to say on. Because my boyfriend is an ENTP, the boyfriend that I've been with for more than 2.5 years. I also made another video about INFJs and ENTPs, but that was specifically in the context of a relationship, a romantic relationship. So go watch that other video if you want to know more about that. This one is different. So because my boyfriend is an ENTP, I probably have many opinions and examples just from my relationship with him. But I want to try to draw my examples from a wider range of people, because I do know enough ENTPs to do that. But of course, like the person that I'm in a relationship with, I spend a lot of time with, and I know very intimately, so it would be easier to use him as an example. Still, I want to not do that too much, so I will try. So my relationship with ENTPs is like I am drawn towards them, we are drawn towards each other, but it is not like some soul piercing feeling of understanding and that, you know, that thing of like, wow, finally I feel understood, this person is like me, which is a thing that I could have with, for example, an ENFP. My dynamic with ENTPs is more about bringing together different perspectives and challenging each other's ideas, and even about giving each other criticism. It's really a learning relationship. The interesting thing was, for me personally, in my romantic relationship, is that I really asked the universe to give me someone that would challenge me, someone that I could look up to, and someone that I could learn from. And that's exactly what I could find in the ENTP. So that's one of the things that's like really cool about this universe, how sometimes you can manifest stuff perfectly. With some people, it feels like you come completely from the same planet. You speak the same language, understand each other very easily. You can even finish each other's sentences, and you agree with each other on most things. And with the ENTP, it's not like that. Between us, it's like, what the F are you saying? This kind of creates resistance often. But then it's like, but you have a point, and actually you are able to shift my perspective and make me realize entirely new things, see things in an entirely different way. So in that way, it's really cool, and we can really help each other. Because I would say it's also the other way around. Yeah, at least to some extent. In friendship, I felt like there was a lot of respect between us. Also, like this one good ENTP friend that I had, we have grown apart a little bit, which also has to do with that she lives just a bit too far away from me. With her, it felt like having a big sister that I really respected. And She was a few years older than me, so that also helps. But I do recognize, to some extent, also with other ENTPs, that I look up to them. Which is probably because they seem so extremely logical and smart to me that I'm like, wow. ENTPs are very analytical. Like everything they do, it's been thought through, and it's all about logic for them. And INFJs can be analytical too. So yeah, the ENTP and INFJ, they can join each other on that analytical thing and have really interesting conversations, especially also because it can become very abstract. So I've had very interesting conversations with ENTPs about abstract stuff. Mm, but there is a thing that I want to try to explain, and that's that belief has only a very small role in like thinking of an ENTP. It's almost not there. Everything has to be brought down to logic, and belief is kind of this irrational part where you feel like something is right or you feel like something must be a certain way. Um, and the INFJ has more of that belief. INFJs, they tend to be a bit more spiritual, perhaps as well. And um, again, bringing up the ENFP. For example, an ENFP, they are really strong in this belief, but the ENFP has no need, doesn't feel any need to bring that belief back to logic at all. For an ENFP, it's just enough that something feels right to them, that they believe it's true. While INFJs are more moderate in that. Like in the end, we have the need to understand why we believe something, why we feel something is true, and that's also how we can meet the ENTP. Although we're perhaps not as good as at wording that. I think the reason why ENTPs are not so big on believing is because of their lack of FI. Because FI is like what you feel is true from like within your soul or something. And INFJs have more introverted feeling. That's what FI means. INFJs have more introverted feeling, so they are also more likely to have beliefs about things. And a kind of famous person that I want to bring up to make that more understandable is Teal Swan. I really like her. She's an INFJ. And she's really big on these spiritual topics, but also personal growth. And she really combines that basically in a down to earth way because she creates this kind of system of logic to explain how everything fits together. So it's not just I believe that guardian angels exist or something, and because I believe it, it's true. She really, that was just a random example. She really explains how all of the stuff connects together and makes sense in that way. I also think ENTPs are not that interested in that kind of stuff as INFJs, like in the spiritual, personal growth stuff. I don't know. Probably depends on the person. Also, the thing is, INFJs let go of their beliefs quite easily while they are in interaction with people because they are so easily influenced. And also has to do with that, at least I felt like I looked up to ENTPs a bit. Like, you're so logical and you are explaining away my belief. So I have to kind of give in because I cannot defend my belief because you are kind of stronger in your arguments, which doesn't mean that my belief is not valuable or anything, but we are just prone to giving that belief up because we value logic more in that interaction with ENTPs. The final topic I want to assess is the mask of ENTPs. There's probably a lot more that I could say about ENTPs, but I want to not make this video too long and I don't want this to be too much of a rant. So, the mask of ENTPs. ENTPs, they wear masks. They're pretty fake in a way. They have a completely tailored mask for every situation. And it really doesn't necessarily come from a place of insecurity. ENTPs do the mask thing because it's the most efficient way of functioning for them. Like, it works really well. And ENTPs are all about what works, which is something that can clash a bit with INFJs, because INFJs are also about what is right or morally just or ethical, whatever. Although ENTPs are also a bit about what is ethical. It's more about that ENTPs don't care about what is moral, but that's a bit complicated for now. So ENTPs wear masks because it's just a very efficient system to deal with people. INFJs, we can wear masks too. But our motive for wearing that mask is very different. The way that we do it is very different. For INFJs, it comes from insecurity and wanting to belong. So we adapt ourselves to fit to people in order to belong, and it comes from a place of insecurity. Well, for ENTPs, it's really not like that necessarily. It's just like, this is what I do, this is what works. And ENTPs, they are also fine with that, I find. They don't feel need to change their behavior in that. Well, an INFJ is actually unhappy with their mask, because deep down they wish they could always be real in every situation, and they are kind of in a play with how to manage that. So yeah, for me personally, I'm okay with the ENTP mask thing because I understand it. I think it's kind of weird to see someone change depending on who they are with, but as long as you understand the mechanism behind it, it's kind of okay. I think it would be difficult if I would project my own thing with masks on ENTPs, because maybe I would think like, oh, they put on these masks because they don't feel like they can be themselves, and that's so sad. I should help them change that or something so that they feel comfortable to be themselves. But that's just, I think if you go there with an ENTP, if you try to help them with that, you're really going to bump into resistance, because an ENTP is just, they're happy with their masks. It works for them. And it's not the same for them as for INFJs. So let me conclude this whole thing by saying I really appreciate ENTPs for what they have taught me. I also have an ENTP coach that has said some really useful things to me. Yeah, ENTPs are people that I really like to go to for advice, because they can give such a different perspective on things. Yeah. But at the same time, like, the understanding, the deep feeling of understanding is not really there. So that's interesting. It feels more of a relation, like a relationship of respect than a relationship of understanding, which I find very valuable. I think that was it for this video. Please leave a like if you liked this video and consider subscribing to my channel so you can not miss videos when I upload them. And please do write a comment in the comment section. I always love reading comments. Anything that you have to say about your experience with ENTPs and INFJs or anything else. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.